And the thing is, when you see little kids together, they all play together. They all don't notice the color of their skin or any. It's just they're playing. That's all. And they have to be taught that there's a difference there. And I think if they get out and they see other people's and they learn other people's have the same goals and strengths and aspirations as they do, they're going to be better as a person.
So here's a paraphrase then. So traveling and meeting other cultures brings back the child that we sometimes lose. Sure. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, I think so.
I like
because
that. That means a lot.
You're filled with wonder when you look at a new culture, a new site, or a ocean that you've never seen before, or a lake that's beautiful, or mountains, or what have you, or eat a different food. You know, it's like wow, because you're just like a little kid again. You're discovering new things.
It's beautiful.
And that helps you grow.
It's really beautiful. Thank you. In June 2019, I took to the road to ask people from all over the country about their dreams. I thought I would be learning about them, but I'm also learning about myself. Join me and see what you find out about yourself as you listen to other people answer the 3 dream questions. This is Nancy, and she's agreed to answer the 3 dream questions. Are you ready, Nancy?
I am ready.
Okay, good. You look ready. Perfect. Anyway, the first question is hopes and dreams. We're talking about aspirations, things that get you out of bed in the morning, or things that you, and it can be on any level. It can be your personal, it can be community, it can be global, it can be at whatever level you'd like.
Okay, my hopes and aspirations. What gets me out of bed in the morning is knowing that I have a place to go, a purpose, and some place where I'm going to use the talents that God gave me, and I'm going to enrich or help somebody that day. And I'm also motivated to get out of bed to move, because I think movement and action keep you healthy and alive.
So if I'm understanding right, is what you want a purpose-driven life, so to speak. I mean, that's kind of a catchphrase these days. Or those days in the past, but it's a catch. It's something that, and you want to be able to keep moving, and so you're going to keep moving.
Yes.
And motion, and we're talking physical, or are we talking
physical,
about
really?
Intellectual?
Actually, both. Yeah, but first physical, because I think that if it doesn't move, you lose it. And so I like to be active and do active things just as long as I can.
Okay. Do you have anything for the broader community? Do you have anything that you'd say, if I had a magic wand and I could touch the earth with this magic wand and say, Earth, let's try this out for a minute or 10 or a decade?
Well, I'll tell you what. In this day and age, I would like to spread kindness because I think we lack that. But I think inside of us are kind people. And they're having a hard time finding their way out of their holes. And I think that with a little encouragement and a smile, or just show kindness to one person, then they're going to pass it on. So I think we need more kindness in this world.
So that would be a hope, maybe, of some sort of a dream that people. And if I'm understanding correctly, what I'm hearing is that this kindness. You were saying there are kind people and stuff like that, but I think I understood, and you might correct me on this, is that everybody has some kindness in them.
Everybody does.
And it's time for that kindness to also come out of its hole, not just the kind people.
No, right. I think everybody has kindness in them, even the darkest kind of a person. If you think about it, a kind person or a person who you don't think is kind, if you ask them about their family or about relationships they've had, they sort of soften. And you know that inside they are kind. They've had some rough times that have sort of made them build a tough skin, and then they're not showing kindness because they might be angry or they might feel sad or disappointed.
Something else to cope.
Yes, but deep down inside, I think everybody starts out that way, and they just have to nurture it.
Okay. Do you remember some of your dreams when you were little, for yourself or for the world? Or
I remember nightmare. There was this horrible nightmare. 2 nightmares.
You're talking about dreams. If you want to talk about that dream, you can do that too. Everything's open. I'm just asking the question. Okay. You're the one that's answering.
Yeah, well, this is a weird one. You're going to think I'm off the deep end. I would lie there in bed, and you know how when the light turns off, and then your eyes are adjusting to the light, it usually looks like little spiders in this. Well, I would lie and look above my bed, and there'd be a giant Lincoln penny, and Lincoln would slowly turn and look at me, and I'd scream. So that's one of the ones that I had. That was okay.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah, it is. It's strange. I know it's strange. My dreams for when I was young, and
something that you were either aspiring to, or something that you wish the world was like, or whatever. What was some of the things you thought about?
Well, I wanted to be in love. I think a lot of girls like that. I wanted to be in love. I wanted to have a family. I wanted to be a mother. That was probably my main thing. I wanted to be a mother.
You got to do that.
I got to do that, and I chose my profession around that particular goal because I knew that if I was a teacher, I would be able to be home when the kids were there, have summer vacations, have the same vacations as them, and I would be able to be like full-time mom as much as possible. So that's pretty much why I became a teacher. I mean, I discovered later that, gee, I'm pretty good at this, and I really like it too on top of it. But I sort of started off just thinking, what do I want to do that I can spend more time with my children? So I think it was my dream.
Cool. And that didn't change?
No.
You got to that dream as a child, and you were able to follow through with it. And
I used to play school all the time with my friends, and I taught my sister, who was 5 years younger than me, how to read before she even got to kindergarten. And back then, that was something.
You were able to facilitate your parenting dream, and in that process, come up and start your profession and build your profession around your dream, and your dreams around your profession.
Well, cool. You see, ultimately, I wanted to be an actress. That was my main goal. I was going to be a movie star.
That's a teacher.
Yeah.
Every day.
And that's exactly what I discovered. I had an audience that came in 4 different audiences a day, and for me, I had to get across a certain subject. And if I could be animated or bring in stories to help them understand what I'm trying to teach them, worked out great. And in fact, I think I said that in my retirement speech, that I really wanted to be an actress, but I think I really did that ultimately. Yeah. So that was fun.
I think teachers sometimes don't realize, or society doesn't realize, that the teachers they talk about mothers having many hats. So I think an engaged teacher wears so many hats.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because you have different learners in the classroom, and you have to reach each of them. They may be visual or tactile or auditory learners or what have you, but so you have to be a little bit crazy to be a teacher and to be a good one.
So you taught high school then, is that correct? So the next question is, if you were going to talk to people just starting out in life, maybe just getting married, or maybe adolescents, or maybe former students, or maybe you go back and you say, 13-year-old Nancy, I have something for you here. And you can address one of those, all of them, or whatever.
I think I probably would, to the 13-year-old, I would say...
To the 13-year-old Nancy?
Yeah, I would probably say, relax, don't get so caught up on one thing. There's a lot of choices, and just
more
because
you
make...
realize.
Yeah, if you just make one choice, that doesn't necessarily mean it's the choice that you're going to be locked into for the rest of your life. That's the idea of a choice. You can have another one. And I think I would probably tell her that. And to be patient. I was not a patient person. I don't think I'm still a patient person. I want things yesterday. And I want to, keep going and do. And I think that's what I would tell her too. Relax. Take your time. So you're going to get there. Yeah, I think I'd do that. And I think also to high school kids, or to kids in general, high school, middle school, I know testing is very important for this and that and the other thing, but that is just one component of education. And I think I would tell them that it's actually more important that you get along with people and that you learn to read people and learn to communicate with them and travel. Because when you travel and you meet other cultures and see other worlds, your world becomes so much bigger and you're so much more compassionate and all those things which really make you as a person better. And
or you're saying that sometimes being exposed to diversity opens up things in kids that other experiences might not. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah. And the thing is, when you see little kids together, they all play together. They all don't notice the color of their skin or anything. It's just they're playing. That's all. And they have to be taught that there's a difference there. And I think if they get out and they see other peoples and they learn other peoples have the same goals and strengths and aspirations as they do, they're going to be better as a person.
So here's a paraphrase then. So traveling and meeting other cultures brings back the child that we sometimes lose.
Sure.
Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, I think so.
I like that.
Because
that means a lot.
You're filled with wonder when you look at a new culture or a new site or a ocean that you've never seen before, or a lake that's beautiful, or mountains, or what have you, or eat a different food. You know, it's like wow, because you're just like a little kid again. You're discovering new things, and that helps you grow.
It's really beautiful. Thank you. Last question. It's not on the list. Is there something that's come up for you during the conversation? Is there something that came to mind? Goals, childhood goals, advice.
Goals.
It doesn't have to come up because you've said some beautiful things, and you don't have. I don't know.
I don't know.
You can top it off.
I think the goals that I still have are to travel, to take in as much of the world as I can.
So you're saying you want to keep that little kid alive in yourself?
Yeah. Well, that little kid has a hell of a lot more fun than stuffy old adults. And so as long as I can be on the floor with my kids or play with my grandkids or somebody else's grandkids and then go travel and see all that, I mean, yeah, I'm going to keep that kid alive. I think you're healthier that way. You know, I like that. I'm going to be a kid forever.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
That was it.
And that was it? Okay, very good.